to Philly Live. I'm Sheila Watko. Today we're joined by Mike Rosiak, Chief Operating Officer of Weisman Children. He's here to talk about the organization's community-based approach to healthcare and share some of the great programs they offer to support families all across our area. Welcome to Philly Live, Mike.
Thank you, Sheila. Happy to be here.
Thank you for being here, and thank you in advance for everything that we're going to learn about, everything that you guys do for the community. Sure. This is wonderful. So first of all, can you tell us a little bit about Weisman Children?
Sure. We're a healthcare organization that really provides pediatric continuum of care. We start post-acute hospitalization, and then our kids come to our facility, which is acute inpatient rehab hospital. And from there, they can discharge and go to our outpatient services, which we have 5 different sites located throughout South Jersey. And finally, our last part of that continuum is our pediatric medical daycare program. And those programs are for kids birth to 6 years old. We have nursing on staff, we have rehab therapists on staff, so the kids get the opportunity to actually have much more social interaction than they would by just being taken care of at home.
That's wonderful. I haven't really heard of something like that.
Sure.
Maybe it exists elsewhere, but I've not heard of that. So that's really...
No, we're proud of that program.
Yeah, what a great resource. Now, why is inpatient rehab an important part of any patient's recovery journey?
When we think about inpatient rehab, think about when you first have a house built. The success of the house long term is based on that foundation. Inpatient rehab is the same concept. And with inpatient rehab, we're basically an intensive rehab program. We provide over 3 hours a day of rehab services when our patients are on site, and it can be anywhere from 5 to 7 days of service for these kids. So that's key because you're really building the foundation for them to go through the recovery process with us.
How does Weisman Children's work with families?
We have to understand where our families are coming from and meet them where they are. In pediatrics particularly, you're educating the family as much as you're working with the child, because that carryover of care is so critical. Families are allowed to stay 24/7. One family member is allowed to stay around the clock with our loved one. We work very closely with them on training, so when the kids are discharging home, everyone's comfortable. We realize the families are going from a situation of crisis and now going to recovery mode. So we just want to support that as much as we can.
That's really wonderful. Thank you for doing that. What are some of the programs that you do offer in hospital?
We offer what I'll call conventional programs. So comprehensive rehab services, traumatic brain injury programs, pulmonary rehabilitation. We actually recently have added 3 programs. One is for diabetes, the second is for asthma, and the third is for amplified pain and or F&D programs. The great news about that program is when they do finish our program, 70% of the patients see less hospitalizations and less ED visits once they leave us.
That is awesome. That's really, really great to hear. And you know, you've kind of showed me what makes Weisman's Children stand apart from other places and what makes it so special. But as someone who works there and probably encounters a lot of these patients and families all the time, what in your mind makes it so special?
The people.
Yeah.
Right, I said it earlier, it's the people, it's our staff. Success really comes at listening. And what we're really committed to is finding the gaps, the opportunities to improve things. So we're not afraid to think outside the box. You know, always keeping patient safety and best practice in the front of our decision making, but we're always thinking about it's not a problem to do things a little different to help the family.
Thank you for everything that you offer.
Thank you, Sheila. You were wonderful.
So you're wonderful. Mike, thank you so much for joining us today. For everyone watching right now, you can get more information at weismanchildrens.com.